Sarah from BeCozi. Today I'm going to show you a video of two very common issues that people come across using any skein of chunky chenille yarn, which is knots and bald spots throughout their skein. I'll show you what to do when you come across those items to make your blanket look super comfy and cozy. As the manufacturing process can cause some breaks in the yarn, or they have to attach a new skein or a new ball of yarn for our skeins, and they just do a quick tie and then they keep skeining our yarn. So it is common, not just in our yarn, but also other companies' yarns as well. So I'm here to show you some options to fluff out the bald spots and make them less noticeable, and also to fix the knots that you come across in your skein. So first, I found a bald spot in this skein of yarn of our turquoise, and it's definitely matted down. You can see it feels flatter than the rest of the skein. This looks more fluffy, and then as you come to this part, it's definitely flat. So a couple options. You can just run your fingers over it, which is probably the fastest and easiest option, or, and see it's already starting to fluff out a little bit. It still feels kind of flat. So I'll also show you, you can use a fluffing tool that we have for sale on our website. I'll put the link in the description below. And you just you run the yarn through that. So we'll get to the end of the yarn. Unfortunately, you have to start at the end, but it's also nice to get your yarn nice and fluffed out for your project too. So this kind of gives the yarn some new life. So I wove it just kind of zigzag through 2 or 3 prongs, it's however tight you want it to be, and you just run it through, and you'll get to the bald spot here. Okay, I think, oh yes, it was back here. So I went past it, but here's the bald spot. You just run it back and forth a couple times, and I can already tell. So here's the bald spot. I can already tell that it's starting to fluff out quite a bit and kind of get the same consistency as the rest of the skein. So those are your two options for fluffing it out with your hands or the fluffing tool. You can also run it through the dryer for about 3 to 5 minutes. Just throw the whole skein in. After you take the label off, just throw the whole skein in, and 3 to 5 minutes will give it plenty of softness, and it'll keep it from getting too fluffy. But now I can barely find this dead spot. I think that's where it was. So it really helps. Another problem that people have been having is knots in their skeins. This skein doesn't have a knot in it, so I'm just going to make one as an example. So again, as they are manufacturing the yarn, they may come across a break in the yarn, or they attach a new skein and you'll find a knot in your yarn, and they can either be really tight or really loose. So what we like to do here, we take the knot out, and there's 2 options. You can tie another knot, like your own knot, that will be really secure. And it's the same as, you know, any sort of knot. You just pull both ends kind of together, and you can see and feel the yarn moving. As it moves less, it's going to be a lot more secure. So see, it stops kind of moving on itself, and it is really secure. And then all you have to do is cut the tails. Maybe, there we go. Cut the tails here and hide the knot on the back of your knitting or crochet project, and it'll be hidden perfectly. The other option is the burn method, which if you're not comfortable with the burn method, that is totally fine. The knot method will work just great for you. But the knot method, or the burn method, can definitely hide it a lot better. So what you want to do for the burn method, you want to take both tails and you want to find the core of the chenille yarn. So you see the little whites here, that's kind of the rope or the core of the yarn. So what you want to do Let's take the lighter, and you want to burn both cores, make a little flame. Again, you want to be careful. But as they're flaming, then you press them together and the flame will go out. Gently kind of wait for it to cool a little bit while you're pressing them together, but essentially the center of the core of the yarn will melt together, so then it'll become one continuous strand, if that makes sense. And really, it is really secure. It's not going anywhere. Again, if you mess up, just trim a little bit of the burnt part off. It takes some practice, but that's the burn method. So again, we understand the struggle of the flat spots and the bald spots and the knots in your skeins of yarn, but we hope this video helps and kind of gives you some tools to be able to get your yarn back to life. Stay warm and be cozy.